This is Co-op Chronicles, episode 20. Welcome back to Co-op Chronicles. This is episode 20. I am Pint Size Geisha, and I have Black Label.
Hello.
And Azalee.
Hello.
And today is...
Gaming and the power of storytelling.
Storytelling. Oh, this is the one I wanted to do.
Oh, is it?
It is.
Okay, I forgot. I think Azalee wanted to do the indie one or
I
Yeah.
did want to do
the
indie
8-bit one would be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, the 8-bit.
Okay, we'll do that next or something. All right. So, I'm going to ask you both questions. I mean, I'll chime in if need be. What is the most compelling video game story you've ever experienced and why?
This is a hard one for me.
Yeah. Could be many. I mean, I could
There's
say
a lot.
I could
It
say
is a
Final
lot.
Fantasy 3, Final Fantasy
Stardew
7.
Valley. I gotta make Grandpa happy.
To make Grandpa happy.
I really liked Elden Ring.
Elden Ring is good, yeah.
The lore is just crazy. Obviously, there's no storytelling in it. You have to figure
Yeah.
everything out.
The whole thing is a story.
Yeah, I know, but you have to figure it all out.
But
on
it's
your
not
own.
like
There's
in
no,
your face.
Yeah,
Not linear.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
very. It's not linear, and that's why I was kind of shying away from software games because it's not very linear. It's not essentially storytelling. Like the game is telling you a story. It's you finding out the story for yourself,
yeah.
type of thing. I think for me, I really liked Final Fantasy 15 story. It gets
Yeah.
a lot of crap, but I liked it.
Yeah.
I did.
I really liked Destiny's story.
Yeah, I mean, Destiny was pretty good too. Yeah. I mean, I
two,
really
two was really good for me. One was good, but two was like better for me.
I really liked I guess Final Fantasy 3 and Final Fantasy 7 because they both have like moments where the whole game changes. Like in Final Fantasy 3, it's like regular world, and then like all of a sudden you're like on a meteor. It's weird, and then after that it's like a whole new world, and like the world changes. Kind of with Final Fantasy 7, how what is it called? The Machina or the green stuff, and how everything happened and it all changed after that. It was like a whole different type of game, Like once you get out of Midgar, it's like a whole different world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another good one I think are the Resident Evils.
Yeah.
Because they tie into each and every single game. Final Fantasy don't tie into each other. They're a single entity and a single story.
This is true.
While Resident Evil kind of tie into every single game. Also Silent Hill. Silent Hill is good too.
Yeah, part 2 looking creepy. How do you think video games compare to movies or books when it comes to storytelling? Do they evoke the same emotions?
I feel like when it's like a action game, I get the same feeling as like a thriller kind of book. But nothing else really compares to it for me.
Like a good immersive game?
Yeah, like the feeling's different because it's like instead of my mind racing, my heart's racing.
Yeah.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
very true. Yeah. I don't think I've ever watched a scary movie that gets my blood pumping and my heart racing.
That's true. It always comes to like Resident Evil games.
Yeah.
Those always freak me out.
Yeah.
So nervous.
Yeah, or a scary movie that actually like I'm scared.
You
know?
ever watch Lights Out?
No.
Oh my god, it's terrifying.
Yeah.
It's gonna make you want to keep the lights on. I'm serious. It's scary. I don't know if it's like I wouldn't say it's a demon. It's like a entity. Like this, it's just like a crazy story, but it's like terrifying because it's like she only appears in the dark, so you gotta stay in the light, and it's so scary.
It kind of sounds like what's that old school movie about the tooth fairy?
I don't know.
He sees the tooth fairy and she comes in the dark. Oh, Darkness Falls.
Oh,
I've
That was
never,
seen
I've
it.
never heard
That
this.
was a good movie back in the day.
yeah, that movie gets your heart pumping. You're just like,
I do like a good book though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. This is hard. I think my book and game are at the same level for me.
Yeah. I think game and anime are at the same level for me. Like, for some reason, man, when I see like a protagonist go crazy in an anime and they're like, something bad happens to them, I get all emotional. Like a little baby back. I'm like, oh my God, he's doing it. Oh my God.
You do get really excited, like when they finally like have their full power come out. You're just like,
Yeah, like this is what happens. You should never have killed his whatever, you know.
His dog.
Yeah.
Have you? Speaking of dogs, sorry. Have you seen the trailer for the new John Wick spin-off movie
No.
called Ballerina? You guys gotta watch it.
It's called Ballerina?
It's
Oh,
called
I've-
Ballerina.
I thought there was
I've
one
heard of
about the
it.
hotel too. Wasn't there one about
There's
the hotel?
a TV series on
The
Prime, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
the
the
Hotel
hotel's name?
Continental.
Oh,
The
Continental.
yeah.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's called Ballerina, and it looks pretty good.
Who's it about? Or
It's
who's
some girl from like the Russian syndicate or something like
You're
that.
over there
Yeah, but
typing
who
away.
played it? Oh, Ana de Armas.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. It looked pretty cool to me. I was like, ooh.
Keanu Reeves is in it.
Yeah. I think he cameos. I don't think he.
Yeah.
Maybe he plays an important role. I don't know.
Oh, I think it's about. So you know how in John Wick he goes to like the theater, and it's like the Russian mafia or something, and he turns in
His
his
family?
cross.
It's his
That's
family.
his adopted family. That lady is in this too. So I'm wondering if Ballerina is like another person from that syndicate family thing,
Maybe.
Probably.
because the mama's in here, the Russian mama.
Probably. It looked cool though.
Okay. What game do you think offers the most immersive storytelling experience?
Immersive storytelling?
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to figure out like lore, then I think From Software games.
Yeah,
Like
I
the-
would agree.
Like
Yeah,
it's-
it's like if you want to hunt
if
down.
you hunt it down, yeah, because you're
lore.
very into it, and you're like, oh, I got to do this, and
Yeah.
what does this leaf say on the details, and oh, it reminds me of the Moran. Blah blah. blah.
Honestly, I really like Halo's storyline. Like the entire series is just like
it is pretty good, though.
very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like it kind of fell apart at the end at 5 there, but I still really liked it. A lot of people don't like it, I know.
Yeah. I always thought. I mean, Resident Evil's cool with the whole story.
You know what's a good one?
Tell me.
The newer God of Wars.
Oh yeah.
That's a really good story.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because the development of it, right? Like in the first one, Kratos calls him boy, and in
Yeah,
the second
boy.
one almost had me choking
boy.
up and tearing at the end. I was
'Cause
like,
he's more
oh,
like a
Kratos,
father.
That's-
you
Yeah.
grew up.
Yeah.
Like Kratos, you're a good daddy now.
They wanted you to know that he's
He's
a morally
developing.
gray character.
I mean,
Yeah.
that's a good segue for how does a character development in video games differ from media or like movies, TV shows? Any examples of a character that left a lasting impression on you?
Kratos.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, from where he started, like
To where, yeah.
how he hated
Started
everybody,
from
killing
the
everybody.
bottom.
Yeah.
Now we
Yeah.
hear.
Like not even just the newer ones, but the way back in the day ones too, where he's like killing Olympus to like he went to what is it, Midgard, and then had a family and wanted to settle down and didn't want to fight anymore until like I'm gonna protect my son at all costs. To you're a good boy, I'm gonna let you go, you know, type of thing.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna. I think they're gonna make one about Atreus.
Yeah.
Kratos is
Maybe.
gonna get phased out, and Atreus is gonna take the lead.
They probably did that on purpose so they
Yeah.
can make
So.
more games.
Yeah. I
Because you
think
can only
so.
go so far with the God of War series without him.
Who are you gonna say, Master Sergeant?
No.
Master Chief? I mean, Master Sergeant.
I get
Master
his story's not really like heartbreaking though.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of just like
I
he's
feel-
a soldier and you feel bad for him at the same time, but you just like
That's
he's
his-
just
yeah.
following his like protocols.
I feel like you could say any main character in any Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
'Cause-
They always have it so hard.
Yeah, it's something always happens to them, and they just it falls apart. Yeah,
Plus
Yeah.
that world is really like depressing.
it seems like it.
Yeah. You know what's another good one?
Tell me.
The Witcher.
Oh yeah,
Like I didn't play the first or the second one, but the third one was like its own story, and it was told very well.
yes, it was
Yeah,
very well.
yeah. I tried to read the Witcher books, but they're kind of hard to read.
They're really dense.
Yeah,
I
was,
think all like
you know,
high
thick.
fantasy stories are like hard to get into because it's just so much world building.
Yeah.
And information about stuff you're like, yeah, all this is really cool, but like the characters? Hello?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What game what's a game that has had an emotional impact on you because of its story? What made it so powerful?
Valkyrie Profile, Lenneth, all of the characters in that game made me so sad.
Yeah.
And like every time I couldn't like get one of them to survive, I would just restart because I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sad, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I can think of you guys don't know World of Warcraft. They have a what's her name? Sylvanas. She was
your favorite?
yeah, she's so cool looking. She had like I don't know like exactly her whole story because I might chop it up, but I know she was the Banshee Queen and she was like the underworld. She was like a warlord, and then apparently something bad happened to her and it like messed with her mind and she like poisoned all but and then at the end she like kind of like owns up to her shit, but it's like she was pretty cool and she's just cool looking. Yeah.
Yeah.
What about you, bub?
I still say Final Fantasy 15. It's such a I liked it so much, and I remember the ending was just so sad. Like it's just I think it's great. You
Yeah.
got this boy band of misfits.
Nothing's good happens, right? At the
Nothing
end,
good
it's just the
happens.
two, the girl and the guy, and then yeah.
Like yeah, like nothing good happens in that game, and maybe that's why I like it so much. Is it's not a happy ending. Everybody literally dies
Yeah.
in that game.
Okay.
I've never played this game before, but I've watched it. But Still Wakes the Deep was really sad.
Oh, really? What's that
Yeah.
one?
It's the one where they're on the oil rig.
Oh yeah, we recently watched that one.
was a sad one.
It's
Yeah.
really sad. I like almost cried watching the game.
Yeah, I watch
play.
a lot of like IGP plays a lot of those cryptid ones, and that was one of them. I think Jacksepticeye played that one too.
Yeah, he did.
I like to watch. Yeah, IGP. I think I watched. Or no, I watched Fooster. I think.
Oh, okay. I like IGP because he plays all the cryptid ones, and they always play scary shit. Can you share your favorite video game plotline? What made it so special, or what made it stand out for you guys?
I really like the plot line of Bloodborne.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. You just jump into it, and little creatures are on you with the vagina face and stuff.
Yeah, there's a vag face,
A vag-
a vag face monster with teeth in Bergenworth.
Yeah.
That's where she is. She's in Bergenworth. But just the lore itself about like the great ones, and there were like gods, and then they like were used, and they got locked up in the dungeons, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, that's pretty
And
interesting.
then they turn like into monsters, and you got to go hunt them. You did it to yourself,
yeah.
you know, like people did it to themselves, and now they got to clean up the mess,
Yeah.
type of thing.
What about you, Az?
Probably my favorite game ever.
What's that?
Kingdom of Amalur.
Yeah.
It's like the story's like not super great because it's kind of lame. It's kind of lame, but it's just like when you go through the like main plot line, you get to meet or like do side quests and meet these other characters, and they're like kind of fun. Although it's like all generic, but it just makes it funner and it gets me more invested than if I just did the main plot line.
I used to really enjoy. Yeah, I did enjoy Mario RPG. That was like a really,
yeah.
it was really cool. I really like enjoyed that plot line, and it was really hard. I tried to play it again recently, and I was like, man, that shit is. How did I beat it back then? It's hard.
You know what's another really good one? Detroit.
Oh yeah,
Becoming Human.
Becoming Human.
That's a good like story-driven game too.
Yeah, I feel like all the games were like that.
The choice-based.
Yeah, the choice-based ones are very story-driven. Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Even all the what is it? The dark.
Oh yeah, the Dark Anthology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those ones are all really good
They just came
storytelling
out with
too.
a new one. It's like partnered with Dead by Daylight, and it's like kind of tells the story of like how Dead by Daylight came about, how that world like comes about, how you get like multiple characters that are the same, but everyone's like playing them, so because they come from like alternate realities.
Oh, really?
It's very cool. I think it was very cool. Like the story itself was like hit or miss.
Yeah.
But I think the overall plot of it was very cool.
Gotcha. Are there any games you feel that have been overlooked or underrated that deserve more attention?
Not really. I think games are getting more exposure nowadays. I don't think I've ever played a game or seen a game that hasn't gotten the exposure it should get.
Yeah. I know. I just think of like all Super Nintendo games, like Chrono Trigger or any like old school Final Fantasy games, just because they're old and like all the kids nowadays, they probably never play those
Yeah,
games.
I think nowadays kids don't like it, but it still has a big fan base from like
Our
older
generation.
Yeah, older generations.
Yeah.
What's that game? The underwater game, babe, that we
Subnautica.
Subnautica.
That game is crazy
think-
scary. That game is so damn scary.
The big creatures are terrifying.
Yeah, I think I never heard of Subnautica until I watched Jackie Boy play it, and then
Is that what you call him?
Jackie Boy, Jacksepticeye play it. He calls himself Jackie Boy,
He does.
but I haven't seen a lot of. Did Markiplier play Subnautica? Markiplier.
He did.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, at one
Yeah.
point.
Like, yeah, I think that game is such a good game. It's so crazy scary. I have it, right? I played it for a little bit, but I feel like that is very
I
underrated.
think I have it, and I played it for a little bit, and I was like, I can't do the whole survival, get your own food type thing.
Yeah,
and then
you're
the
not
water
good at
shit
that game.
scares me. I don't like underwater. Yeah.
You
The
don't like
ocean
big,
is scary.
big bodies of water.
If you can't see the bottom, it's terrifying.
It's especially in that game because you know there's big ass creatures. You watch
Yeah.
other people play, and you're like, oh
Yeah.
god.
When we flew to Hawaii, we couldn't open the window,
Yeah.
He couldn't look out
I
the
had
window.
to take my anxiety pills. I was nervous.
and he was
Take
drinking.
Dramamine. It'll
Yeah, I
knock
was
you out.
drinking to knock myself out.
He was drinking so you can go sleepy. And then I think I opened the window once, and all you saw was like ocean.
Nothing.
And he's like, "Oh
Imagine
God!"
the plane went down.
That's really nice to say.
I'd rather land in water in a plane than land on a plane.
The ocean is unexpected. There's like creatures.
I know, but
Yeah.
at least there's like
Like if I'm gonna
lifeboats
die
and stuff.
Yeah, but you don't know
it's
if
kind of like a
they're gonna,
squishy landing.
But you don't know if they're gonna find you in the water. If I'm gonna die, I'd
Well,
rather just hit the ground and
I'm
go.
sure there's cargo ships that travel from Hawaii to the mainland.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, there is. You can
Yeah.
you can cargo ship your car over there for like
I'm sure
$4
someone
grand.
would find you eventually.
yeah. And nowadays technology has like GPS and the black box and the little thingy, like all the life vest comes with a little GPS tracker too.
True.
Yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
sorry.
With many games becoming more cinematic in nature, do you think storytelling is going to rival like Hollywood? Or, I mean, I understand that Hollywood be trying to steal games and make their movies like Borderlands,
Last of Us.
Last of Us. I feel like it's starting to.
I think games are going to become more popular.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I
In
think it
general.
has.
Like, what was that movie with Ryan Reynolds?
Deadpool?
No, and he's like a character in. He's
The
like
new
an
guy?
NPC. The new guy? No, not. It's not.
The new
Free guy.
Free guy.
Free guy.
What's the new guy? Oh, the new guy is
He's
the
that
one.
skinny
New guy?
guy.
The skinny dude.
And he's got like her big tiger underwear. Or
Yeah.
leopard underwear. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I think, wait, can you repeat the question?
Yeah,
I got
repeat the
distracted with
question.
the new guy.
with many games becoming more cinematic in nature, do you think storytelling in games is going to evolve and rival Hollywood?
Oh, again, yes, because back to the whole choice-based games. That's pretty much like they have the feature where you can pre-choose your like options, and then it just plays out like a movie for you.
Yeah.
That's
So
true.
games are already going in that route pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And God of War, the newer 2, never has a load screen. It literally plays as a movie.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, well, because they kind of sneak the load screens.
Yeah, they
into-
sneak it in there and they hide it, but you
Yeah.
never have
They
that
do it so
black
well.
screen.
Yeah, you don't have
It-
the.
It's continuous 24/7. And I feel like video games can do, I mean, I don't know, maybe with like CG nowadays.
CGI.
CGI, they can do a lot more, but I feel like video games can can do a lot more than movies can.
I think because movies are always like real actors.
Yeah.
And then games are, you can make anything animated. You can use animation to do anything.
This is true.
So
This is true.
it's the way is the future. Because like just think about animes or animated cartoons or anything.
Yeah.
There's
the
so
way.
much you can do.
Yeah.
Which game do you think has the best world building, and how does it enhance storytelling?
What do you mean by world
Harry
building?
Potter.
Um,
Hogwarts Legacy.
yeah,
I
I mean,
need the definition of world building, like where I'm building my house and like my shelter, or like
It's like maybe you're gathering information about the
that's what
world.
that's
like
how I take
lore
it.
collecting.
That's
so
how
you're
I-
lore
like
collecting?
building the world around you. Because
That's how I think
that
of it.
castle means nothing to me now, and then like 20 minutes into your session, you're like, that castle means everything.
Yeah,
to me.
like
Oh,
I
I
need to
see.
get there.
okay.
I mean, like Elden Ring, they had
I would say Elden
the
Ring.
Erd tree, and you're
Yeah.
like, what the hell is that? And then eventually, you're the cause
Yeah.
of it
Or-
burning.
Or even like what's that one castle, and the like you have to go through the really dark forest and you can't be seen, and then if you get to the end there's like the castle, right?
The DLC?
The DLC, and then he like stabs himself in the face.
Oh, you mean he pulls his head out? He pulls it out.
Yeah, he stabs himself down and like he pulls it out. But even that, I think, is you stumble upon it and you're like, what is this place? And then later on you find out he's the fucking Fury,
It's the madness.
The
It's
madness?
That's where the madness started.
one of the endings. One of the
I never
endings.
played this.
The bad ending.
You're talking about like before the DLC?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The frenzy. Oh, the frenzy ending.
Yeah.
The frenzy ending.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
Like I've never learned if he was the cause of it or if he's just part of the frenzy.
And I think it's the beginning of it with that person, the chick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you just stumble upon it and you're like, what is this? And then it's the frenzy flame thingy. And I think all From Software games do really well with that aspect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do gameplay mechanics sometimes complement or hinder a game's storytelling? Do you guys have an example?
Oh, I have a perfect example.
Okay.
But you guys can go first.
No, go ahead, hit us.
I
I
got nothing
need you to help inspire me.
Monster Hunter World. It was such a good concept and such a good idea, but there was just so much information, like overload right off the bat. Like you have, it reminded me of like your screen on WoW. You have like the bottom bar, the sidebars, and all these bars all over the place on crack.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't play it because remember we tried playing it, babe.
No, yeah.
We tried playing it and we were like, what do we do? What does this do? What does this do? What am I supposed to do? Where do I go? And it was just too much.
Yeah.
Too complicated. But I hear that game is really, really good, but it's just overload right off the bat
No, I get it.
for me.
I could say like Final Fantasy games or just any RPG game at a point where you're trying to continue the story, but you can't beat a certain like fight, so you have to grind and grind and grind. And I get that it's part of the game, but sometimes that shit just makes me not want to play. Like I died to this guy 30,000 times, and all of a sudden, whatever, Sometimes that can be very, I don't know, it neglects what I want and feeling. It doesn't make me happy sometimes. Yeah.
Can I also take a side note to introduce our new kitten, Mochi?
He's so tiny.
He don't care what's going on. Look at him. He's like, I don't want
He was
this.
just resting.
He was sleeping and I woke him up.
Yeah. What about you, Az? Do you have any? Not really.
I think my only issue is just like games that require DLCs to continue a story. I think that's the one thing that I
Isn't
don't
that
really
like Destiny? Destiny's like that.
Yeah, Destiny's kind of like that. I think Anthem was like that at one point, like, when it was just starting, like, there was only so much to the story.
There's like a
They could've-
paywall.
Yeah, they could have added more. I think that's my only issue.
Yeah. How do games with narrative choices like The Witcher, Mass Effect add or detract from the story? Or you could say the dark anthologies.
I I think it adds to the story because it's like you get to choose. They're giving
You're
you
making the choice.
Yeah, you get predetermined choices, you get choices that are like going to give you a predetermined like endpoint, but it's just like you get to make the choice to get there.
It's like D&D.
Yeah.
You know,
Pretty much.
Without the rolling the one. You know.
Yeah, I like stories like that. I like to have the choice. It's like
I enjoyed both Witcher and Mass Effect, like indubitably.
Yeah, kind of reminds me of like Goosebumps, where you get to like choose your
All
own
the books,
adventure.
the books.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
Yeah.
like a choose your own adventure, where I get to adventure in the game, but the game is gonna lead me there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, The Witcher was fun, and there's like so many things you could do in that game. Oh my god, I remember.
The Witcher 3.
Yeah, and I made sure to knock up every witch. You know.
What do you mean knock up?
You can get the redhead witch. You can get Jennifer,
Yennefer.
whatever her name is.
Yennefer.
Trist.
And Triss.
And you get the one in the woods. I forgot her name. Yeah,
I don't
it
remember.
was a good one. It was like she was like the healer and stuff. Open world versus linear. Linear. I was saying that very demure. Demure. Open world versus linear storytelling. Do you prefer open world games that allow you? Jesus, can you stop? Just open it. Stop trying to be sneaky over there. God.
I opened it already.
Gosh. Do you prefer open world games that allow you to explore the story at your own pace, or linear games with a focused narrative? We were just talking about this.
Mm-hmm.
I like both.
Yeah, I think I like both. Like side quests, like Fallout. You don't have to do the main quest. You could just so many side quests. Same with WoW. You don't have to focus on the main quest right away.
Yeah, you can always go back to it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I want to have a story told to me, though. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes I'm like, open world is great, and then sometimes I'm like, I hate this.
Yeah, like when I'm just like shooting the shit, just playing WoW, and I'm just playing, and then sometimes like, oh, I want to do the quests.
Yeah, you get bored of the grind.
Exactly. Yeah, that's how Destiny was. I used to get so bored, and I just PvP'd a lot. I was
you just like I just like would wait for like big fights to happen, and I'm just like, okay, I'm just gonna hang out for like 20 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. What about you, Geisha? Geisha?
I like a good balance. If you can balance a linear gameplay and a little bit of open world, you got me. Elden Ring, too big, too massive.
Yeah.
Too much.
It's
Elden Ring was too much for me. Like I remember I stopped playing for a really long time before I beat the game because I was just like, I'm bored. I'm too weak to do the boss to continue, but I'm too lazy and I don't want to keep grinding to level up.
That was like one of the games that I truly enjoyed. I put like 300 hours.
Was it in the first like 2
weeks? Yeah, of that
it's like
game.
nonstop. Yeah, but again, sorry I say it so much. Bloodborne, perfect harmony.
That's all right. It's all right.
I mean,
it's a good game. It's a good game.
Perfect harmony. It was very linear.
The mirror,
But what?
the mirror.
No, linear.
The mirror, though.
It was very linear, but yet had the open worldness to go back and farm. But also it was, I was going to say, once you die, everybody came back to life. But that was the same like Elden Ring. But Elden Ring is so big. Too big. Too big. Like, one of the things I do in Bloodborne to grind is I clear the map. Like, from the front, from where I am to the boss that I want to beat. I'll run through the whole map and kill everybody in one go. If I die, I'll start again from the beginning and go all the way through. You can't do that in Elden Ring. You can't do that.
Okay.
She has strong opinions.
Yeah. What's the most memorable video game protagonist in terms of story and why?
Most memorable.
The only one I could say that's the most memorable. Man. I mean, I guess it depends on how you look at it. Because you could say Cloud, you could say Mario, you could say Kirby, you could say Luigi. Like, you could say all that stuff. But I think Cloud. Because that game was huge. Or Kratos. Kratos was good. I mean,
Kratos
even
is good.
Geralt of Rivia.
Geralt.
Geralt. Yeah, I mean, there's so many.
There
Yeah,
is. There's a lot.
Yeah, I don't know, man. That's a tough one for me. I think Cloud, just because he was weird. It was weird because his whole story was he took over Zach's life, and he would tell, like, in Tifa was like, is this the same guy? She knew he was, like, not Zach, right? Like, she knew he was, like, bullshitting.
You should play it again and just try and get that.
I should try I want to play the new one, but everybody says, like, it's lame because they changed stuff.
It's so lame.
Yeah, so
it needed to be a carbon copy of the original, and they put a whole bunch of shit in.
I don't like it. Yeah, I don't.
I played like 30 minutes, and I was sent on this quest to get mail or something, and I was like, no.
It's too basic for me.
I want the same exact game, just updated and better graphics.
Give me the cookie that I want.
You need to get off your game and do this, sir.
I'm never gonna.
I've been watching you this entire time, and you've been playing Cookie Run.
A mobile game.
I'm never gonna get that Wind Runner cookie or whatever it is. Okay. What about you?
I've been obsessed with watching TCG simulators where they like run the TCG card game shop.
Yeah.
I love that.
It's like the VR one.
No, it's not VR. It's just like on a PC.
Oh, okay.
Or I don't know.
No, I know what you're talking about. I seen it on Twitch.
I love watching it.
Yeah.
It's so fun. It makes me want to play. Run my own card.
Do you have a favorite?
I wouldn't say necessarily it's my favorite, but it's one that I remember very well is Detroit Becoming Human, when he's like, "Hi, I'm Connor, the android sent by Cyberdyne." Like everything. Just an entire game. Is that his name, Connor?
It is Connor, the white guy.
Yeah. He's the android, but he introduces himself like, "Hi, I'm Connor, the android sent by."
Yeah.
I don't think it's Cyberdyne. What is it called?
Isn't it Cyberdyne? I don't. I think it is. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Cyberdyne? Okay. I don't know. He's not my favorite, but it's stuck in my head forever and ever. My favorite overall, I want to say Link.
Oh, that's a good one.
Zelda.
Yeah.
He's such a good character.
Yeah, from like way back in the day, right? From Link, A Link to the Past, you know? and then to the newer versions. I don't like the like Breath of the Wild style. I like the cartoony little kitty style.
Oh, they just came out.
Like with a new one. Yeah, like that style.
Okay,
I don't like the Breath of the Wild style.
Like, it looks like Mario.
Yeah, like more like Mario style. I don't want to like build stuff.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Why do you have to put building? I like the cartoony
the game.
little kitty cute style.
Watching you, Yummy.
I had mine, and then I lost it because I was listening to your guys's. Oh, from The Quarry, Emma is a great, like, I wouldn't say she's like a protagonist. She's like just a like supporting character. It's the last one before the new Dead by Daylight.
We saw it. We watched it.
No, it's the werewolf one.
No,
it's a werewolf one.
Which actress played Emma?
I don't know her name. She's the tall one that did the social media thing.
Oh, I don't know.
I think her character was great because she was like, you can like make her like so assertive, and she was just like a leader.
Yeah.
And she got stuff done. So I liked her character.
All right. So we did this. We did a whole thing on it. But who is your favorite villain with the most compelling backstory in a video game? Jesus, do you have to fold it? You could just move it without folding it up.
If I leave it if I don't fold it up, I'm gonna forget it on my desk, and then the cats are gonna eat it.
Oh my goodness. I said Sephiroth because his whole story is crazy.
Yeah, his story is pretty crazy.
Yeah, he was a soldier.
Villain.
Yeah.
I don't really know. I can't sympathize with a villain.
Yeah.
Well, what about the Miranda? Miranda's is crazy.
She's. I can't sympathize.
Yeah, I can't sympathize with her either. She just cray.
Yeah.
I can't sympathize with anybody besides.
What about Wesker?
No, Wesker was crazy too. He was greedy.
Yeah.
He was greedy. I do remember one villain that I thought was like, oh shit, like he's crazy. Is Ansem from the first Kingdom Hearts. Mm-hmm. He was a good villain. Mm-hmm. I remember it took me forever to beat him.
I could think of like a movie villain that his story was compelling, but I can't remember his name. You ever watched Watchmen?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And like the whole concept of like
The Rorschach guy?
not Rorschach.
The
He was like a
Watchman
good
himself?
guy.
Yeah, I was like,
no,
he
it was
wasn't the bad
The glowy guy.
no, because he was like he followed the.
Sure.
I can't remember the guy's name. He was like he was an actual hero, but he was like smart and he thought about the future and he like put all this stuff together.
Oh, Dr. Manhattan?
No, Dr. Manhattan's the glowy guy.
Oh, you said not the glowy guy.
Yeah.
I can't remember.
I can't think
Oh,
of
it's
his
the
name.
guy that the girl went with, right? Ended up with?
No. That's the owl guy.
There's
What's
just
his
so
name?
many characters
Sally
in
G.
Watchmen.
Rorschach.
Man,
No, Rorschach
Mo-
is the main guy.
Rorschach.
Cast.
Dr. Manhattan.
No.
Ozymandias. Sally
yeah. It was
Jupiter.
Ozymandias.
Ozymandias.
it?
Yeah, it was him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
No, he's the...
Yeah, he was a
He's an anti-villain.
yeah, he was like a villain, and he had he was like playing along,
yeah,
but
yeah,
he had
yeah,
like
yeah.
the whole thing. They were yeah, his
That
stuff.
movie is so crazy to watch.
It's
There's
so-
so much happening.
I
Yeah,
didn't
it's
understand
so
it.
long too.
Like everything that you're
I
just
didn't
like...
like it.
Yeah,
I didn't understand it. I was just like, what?
There's just so much information.
Yeah.
So many characters to like take care of,
Yeah.
like remembering.
If we're going outside the realm of video games, mine is going to be Shishomaru.
okay.
I love me some Shishomaru. Shishomaru.
Yeah.
I think Shishomaru was my favorite when I was younger.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite now?
Mm.
Vegeta was my favorite.
Vegeta's a good one, too. Vegeta was my favorite, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have one now.
Yeah.
Majin Buu.
No.
He was a villain at first.
I mean, there's two of them.
I know.
I think would be from the movies, Loki.
Yeah. He had a crazy backstory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the most shocking plot twist you've ever experienced in a game, and how did it affect your view of the story?
This one I feel like is unanimous.
What is yours?
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh, where Ares dies?
Yeah.
I mean, that was a
guess.
shocking plot twist, but I was thinking of something else.
Yeah. Well, the first one that came to
Never saw
mind
it
was
coming.
Final Fantasy
Yeah,
VII.
you
I didn't see it
You
coming.
didn't see it coming until you seen
I know.
Sephiroth flying down, big
Right?
ass sword, just
And it's like I
turns her
spent
into a shish kebab.
so much time leveling her up and getting her high, right? And you can only do 3 to 4. I can't remember. 3 players at a
unlocked,
time,
like,
4 players at a
almost
time.
all her, not all of them, but like a lot of her limit breaks, and I was pissed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I spent so much time on you.
yeah, and then she dies.
Does she stay alive in the new one? Or
No, she has to die in the new one. If they let her live in the new one, then they're stupid.
I'm gonna look.
You should play
She
it
has
to
to
the
die.
end just to see how it ends for her.
No,
You
just
have-
Google it.
You gotta experience.
Let me Google it. Does
Yeah.
I have never
die
encountered
in the new
something that
Final
shocked
Fantasy
me. I feel like
VII.
I can usually see it coming.
She does die.
Yeah. It says, however, her death is made more complicated in the latest release. For a moment, players are led to believe she is saved before that hope
death.
is dashed.
Yeah.
God, why do they do that stuff? Okay. Did you have one?
No.
No? Okay. What is the strongest supporting characters? Like, can you think of a game where a supporting character was really helped drive the story forward? Which game was it? What character?
I feel like I know one, but I can't remember what the name of it was.
I mean, Cortana's a really good supporting character.
Yeah, what is the little... I guess Zelda's kind of like a supporting character
Oh yeah.
to Link.
Kinda.
Or
yeah.
the...
Kind of.
Listen, Navi.
Yeah, Navi.
Luigi.
Oh, yeah, Luigi.
Luigi's my supporting character.
Google.
No, I didn't Google it.
Oh.
Weren't you just playing Luigi's Mansion?
No.
Oh.
She played it. though.
you
I played
played
yeah,
it.
I played
Beat
it.
it, yeah.
No, I didn't beat it.
Oh, you
I
didn't
kind of
beat
got
it?
bored.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
a
got
lot of
bored.
just catching ghosts. It's the same thing.
Yeah, and
throughout
watching
the
him
whole
be a
game.
scaredy cat.
Yeah, you little scaredy
Yeah.
cat.
He a little scaredy cat.
We all looked for Mochi. Where's he at?
Mochi is a little scaredy baby.
Okay. Personal experiences. Have you ever felt a deep personal connection to a video game story? And how did it resonate with your inner you?
I think the first, not the first, but Until Dawn. I think that was like a really good game because I really like supernatural stuff like that. So I was like, oh, this is great. And you are kind of like learning the story throughout the game.
I mean, yeah, you are the person driving the story.
Yeah.
But I think that was a good one for me.
What about you, Bub?
I want to say Sephiroth because he wanted to take over the world, and I want to take over the world.
You mean game? I said, have you ever felt a deep connection for a video game story?
Sephiroth.
That's not the game.
Sephiroth's story.
Sephiroth's story.
So the game would be.
I want to take over the world. I'm just joking.
Oh my god. Okay.
Wait, what was the question? A character?
Have you ever felt a deep personal connection to a video game story?
A video game story, The Witcher, because he wants to kill everything.
Oh my gosh.
He's unbiased. Just joking.
Yeah,
No, not really.
I think every RPG
He is
I played.
unbiased.
He is unbiased, though.
I think every video game.
Every RPG.
Because it's like you're building them up and you're going through it with them, you know.
Yeah, they are. You are them.
You are
are
them.
them.
Like Earthbound was crazy. Secret of Evermore, Secret of Mana, like you're building them. Secret of Mana's story, not Secret of Mana, Secret of Evermore. That's I should have said that. That game's underrated. I don't know if anybody knows about that game. That game is crazy. It's on Super Nintendo. You need to play it. You're like a little boy with a dog. And so you go in this, and you're like in the 1950s, and you run into, your dog runs into, in the very beginning, your dog runs into like I think like a abandoned theater or something, and then you bump into a time machine and you get sent off. And so there's like different sections or like chapters of the game. And the first chapter, you're like sent off all the way back to like where prehistoric times with dinosaurs. In every world, your dog changes to that thing. So like in that like in the very beginning, your dog's like I don't know, it looks like a little greyhound dog. And then when you're in the prehistoric world, he's like kind of like buff, little mangy looking, big, kind of like a caveman dog. Then you go to like a space world and he's like a robot. You go to like a castle time and he's a poodle. It's like, it's a pretty cool game. Again, that game's, yeah, that was probably my one of my favorite personal games.
I changed my answer.
What are you gonna say?
Final Fantasy. Oh, no, Kingdom Hearts.
Final Fantasy.
Kingdom Hearts.
Final Fantasy
I stopped listening and I started singing the Kingdom Hearts song in my head, and I was like, "When you walk away."
Oh, the Utari Hikaru.
Kingdom Hearts.
I also think A Little Misfortune is a good game.
Oh, that's a good
Oh
game.
my god,
Where
that
she
game's
toots.
so.
Life just like dumps it on you, and you're just like, this is okay. Here's some sparkles.
It's so sad. She died.
I don't remember. Does she?
Yeah,
Yeah,
she
she's
is.
dead.
She's dead the whole time.
The whole time.
I just remember her tooting all over the place.
Jacksepticeye
It's like,
got like super emotional because at the end you get back to her house and you see her mom's crying and the
Yeah.
police are there and you see her.
Benjamin.
Yeah, it was.
He was waiting for her.
It was
Aw.
sad.
How
yeah.
did she die in the game?
I think she got hit
She
by
got
a
hit
car.
by a car.
Oh,
Yeah.
I just remember her farting all over the damn place.
But I just think that game like resonates because like sometimes life is kind of mean.
It
Yeah.
is.
But you just got
Sparkles.
sparkles.
Yeah. Can you name a video game story that's changed the way you think about life or people or the world?
It Takes Two, I think, has a really good storyline. It kind of shows like parents in life may go through stuff, but they never really see what they can do, what it does to their children, until like you get turned into little toys and you have to like get her to sign something.
Yeah.
But I think that was a good storyline because it's like kind of opens up your eyes to, hey, like you may be going through some shit, but like take care of your kids.
Yeah. I mean, there's a ton of games I could think of, but like one of the big ones I think of, and it wasn't even like an amazing game or like a groundbreaking graphics or anything. It was during COVID, Among Us, when everybody was just playing Among Us
Yeah.
because everybody was in yeah. And it was crazy how easy people were like able to lie to one another and come up with like a narrative, and people believed them and they betrayed them. I
think it's less on people being convincing liars. I think it's more on you have such a strong trust with someone that you prey on that.
Yeah, and they betray you and crush your soul.
So it's not so much as you're lying, it's you exploiting your friendship.
But it made me think about life differently. Don't trust them, don't you trust in Red. Red, yeah. Red's sus.
Red is super sus.
Yeah. What about you, babe? Do you have any game or no?
Not really. I was gonna say Detroit because, like, AI and robots and all that stuff. You know, is an actual thing that could happen, and he could become a detective and try to solve murders.
Yeah.
He's going for the kill.
Remember, you're not supposed to let them be.
You let them play.
Oh, okay. All right. So, what game have you replayed solely for its story? And why?
Repeat the question.
What game have you replayed over and over solely because of the story, and why did it leave such an impression on you? Yeah.
This might sound weird, but I really enjoy the Nancy Drew games because I got to be a detective and use my brains.
Yeah. I liked
And sometimes the story is pretty cool.
yeah. Man, I can't even think of a game that I've replayed over and over. I can think of like MMOs that I've always played over and over. Like WoW, I always play that game over and over. I can't think of a regular game. No, I guess Secret of Evermore.
They're growling.
Yeah.
Enough.
You're gonna go in the closet.
Yeah, you're gonna go in the closet, kitten. Yeah. What about you?
We should know this.
Go ahead, tell them.
We should know this.
It's probably gonna be Bloodborne.
It's Bloodborne. Bloodborne is the game that I play over and over and over and over and over.
And over and over and over.
Since it came
probably
out.
devoted 200 plus hours of gameplay.
And what irritates me with her and the way she plays the same fucking build every time.
Every time I play the same build. And that should prove that I just love the story. I love the game. It's such a good game. It's so... Maybe Bloodborne's... I feel like Bloodborne is underrated in a sense that only PlayStation players have played it. PlayStation players who have played it think it's great. But for everyone else who has not played it, think it's like... It's just a game. Like, what's so big about it? What's so hype about it? Because you haven't played it. Because you don't have a PlayStation.
Excuse me.
But it's such a good game. But yeah, I play it over and over and over. I play the same exact build and I just do it. Like the first... I can't tell you how many times I played it. I want to say I played it like 7 times since it came out. And this last time that I played it, and I'm going to probably start another game here soon, had like 300 hours on it by itself.
Okay. Is there a game whose story is so detailed and intricate that it feels like almost reading a novel? I guess you could say the Dark Anthology games is like that.
Those are really good.
I mean, From Software games again.
Yeah, I was like...
It's like, it literally is like YouTubers are doing hundreds of videos with hours on end of fucking lore.
Yeah, but the lore is hard to find.
Yeah.
You know a storyline that has a lot of lore and has books?
Huh.
Five Nights at Freddy's. There's so much lore. There's like 10 books. Did you know that?
That's true.
Did you know there's 10 books?
I did not know
There's
that.
like 50 characters. It's insane. There's like a million games.
Yeah.
Fan-made and actual game.
Yeah, that's true.
Or The Witcher. The Witcher has a lot of lore as well. About like the wild hunts, Surrey and all the what is it?
Isn't it Siri? Not Surrey.
Whatever.
It's just like the phone, which you also call Surrey.
I call her Surrey.
Sorry.
Yeah, instead
Hey,
of
Surrey.
Siri. But it listens.
Hey, Surrey?
So it'll be like Surrey.
It's used to
Surrey.
her now.
Yeah.
I have a little bit of an accent, whatever.
No.
But The Witcher has a lot of lore as well.
Yeah.
There's lots of games that I think have lore.
Yeah.
Most games have lore nowadays.
Yeah, I agree with Coda on her statement last episode. I am a whore for lore as well. I love the lore.
Yeah. What's the next for gaming stories? How do you think storytelling video games will evolve in the future? You'll be the main character.
Well, technically, you are the main character.
No,
Like
your life.
we are.
Your life is going to be the...
That's
gonna
the Sims.
simulate-
Wake up, go
It's
to
gonna
fucking
simulate
work.
your
Like,
life.
oh my God.
That's the Sims already.
I think it's going to continue to be the choice-based games, and then it'll just progress from there.
It'll be Sword Art Online.
Yeah.
That'd
be scary.
It'll be crazy scary. People will be scared, never want to leave the main area. But then you have people wanting to beat the game, so everybody gets out.
I literally had this conversation with a coworker of mine, and they were like, if you could do it, if you were a paraplegic and if you could get a chip implanted in your brain to make you not a paraplegic, would you do it? And I was like, absolutely not. There's literally games, there's movies, there's shows, there's animes about why you should not do that because it is very dangerous and you will die. You will be controlled and you will die.
Isn't it dot hack sign was kind of like the same thing? She was in a wheelchair.
There's so many dot
she was like
hack.
playing
it depends on
the
which one.
original,
which story?
Oh, okay.
like the original.
I don't think the
I've never
original.
seen the
No, the
original.
original was the guy with the face markings, and I don't think that's it.
Yeah, see this one,
I've
dot
never-
hack sign. The
Is that the original?
I've never
2002
seen it.
to 2003.
I thought the other one was an original because I watched that one, but I thought the other dot hack.
Yes. I don't know. Dot hack sign.
No, I think it's called something else, not dot hack sign. It's dot hack something else, right?
Well,
Is it-
this is the one I'm talking about. I'm
Isn't it
talking about
just
dot hack.
Oh yeah, I think it's just dot hack.
No,
Yeah.
but I'm talking about dot hack
Yeah,
sign.
but I think the original is just.
Oh, it's just dot hack.
Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
just dot hack.
But in this one, she's literally like, if you see right here, she's on the computer, and this is her character, right? But she's like in a wheelchair and all that stuff.
Fascinating. I've never watched that one.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I remember watching it when I was a kid.
Oh.
They have a really good song in there too, by the way.
Yeah. Okay.
I had
I need to watch this again.
one anime that was my absolute favorite when I was younger because it was the only thing I could like find on a random ass channel. It was Oh My Goddess. It's so
yeah.
bad when you think about it now, but it was like so fascinating to me as a child. I was just like,
That was a good one. There's
God,
like
I
the
got
three
money.
sisters.
Behind my stream deck?
Oh, nice.
Nice.
saved it for a rainy day.
Yeah, nice.
A little surprise.
A little present.
Oh my goddess was good. There's like the three sisters that
Yeah,
are like
and the
angels
guy-
or something,
yeah.
and the one boy.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Why do I have money right there? That's pretty cool.
You saved it for later.
I did. Okay.
For that screen
Indie games often focus on unique storytelling. Do you have a favorite indie game that blew you away with its narrative? I mean,
Yes.
which one?
I think all of the what are they called? The Fears of Fathom stories were really good.
Oh, yeah,
because they
yeah.
were based on real stories.
Yeah.
So it made it more terrifying.
Yeah.
I can't
those
remember
are
the indie
very
game
those
or
are
the
very
developer
intriguing.
name.
I liked Hades. That's a good. Isn't that
Hades is-
Hades indie? I like that.
I think that's India.
There was a lot of story, and you had to keep beating it, and you could unlock new lore and things. That was
like a
really
rogue run.
Is that a thing still?
Yeah, Hades 2.
Oh.
There's Hades 2 now.
Oh yeah.
Where you play the sister. There was another game. What was it called? I bought it. Let me pull up my Steam. Yeah, I haven't beat it yet, but it's like it's kind of like an action RPG, Diablo Souls-like game, and it's got like an interesting narrative.
Naruto's.
Naruto.
What was it called? I bought it. No Rest for the Wicked.
No rest.
Wait, is that it?
No rest for the wicked.
Is that it? Is that what it's called? Let me see the store page. Let me in. It is No Rest for the Wicked. Look how clean that looks.
It does look very cute.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, and it's
It's
like
fun.
it's like a Souls-like game, but it's I don't know how to explain it, but it's crazy.
Yeah.
I never beat it. It was really cool in the beginning. Then I realized, oh my god, it's so damn hard. I'm never gonna beat this, so I gave up. I think that's my issue. Is like I'm so old, and now I have adult money. I don't have to like just be stuck with one game. So it's like okay, but yeah, that was a good game.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's funny.
You have any indie games? You like a lot of indie games. You like Graveyard Keeper.
Graveyard Keeper is really good.
Yeah.
I liked. What was the question?
What indie games or indie games often have unique stories. Do you have a favorite indie game?
I do, and it's got to be Graveyard Keeper. However, I haven't beat Graveyard Keeper because I just haven't beat it. So I can't say it as my answer for this one because of storytelling. I don't know the story fully yet. So my answer is going to be Unpacked
Yeah.
because it tells a story by just unpacking boxes and putting it in a room, right?
Yeah.
And like you're starting off as a kid, you unpack the kid, and then like
Yeah.
you grow up, you have a boyfriend, like you split up, and then you meet somebody else, and then you're happily ever after, which is a really cool way of telling a story.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Sorry, I just want to point out. I recently played this game because it's about a duck detective. It's called Duck Detective, but it was really cute, and I was just making sure that was an indie, and it is. It's by Happy Broccoli, but it's called Duck Detective: The Secret Salami, and it's literally like you ever play Paper Mario where it's like
Yeah.
that is kind of like that where you're just like
okay.
and you have to like solve the case of like the salami.
What
It
was
was so cute.
Well, you guys remember that game that Crystal was talking about? I kind of wanted to play it, but I forgot the name of it because I was a
No.
little intoxicated. And it started with a P. Paya or Paya? Paya?
Paya?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't
it
know.
started with a P though.
You start with
Go
P.
back and listen to
I'll
it.
go back and listen
Do you
to it.
remember that game we just watched Jackie Boy play, the squirrel with a gun?
Oh, it's called, it's called Squirrel with a Gun.
Yeah, squirrel with a gun.
Yeah.
It's really funny to
I
watch.
got really bored of watching it after like 40 minutes
Yeah.
of just a squirrel with a fucking gun.
Are
Just-
you just
But the
shooting
beginning
things?
is really funny.
yeah, the beginning is
Are you
hilarious.
just
Yeah.
it's a squirrel shooting
It's the
things?
squirrel with a gun.
Yeah, he's out here doing like finishers with a gun. It's
Oh.
Yeah.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the rise of interactive storytelling games like Life is Strange or Detroit Become Human, Dark Anthologies?
I think
love
they're
them.
great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love them.
think
Wasn't
they're
what's that one game called? It's like the Walking Dead story. What was that?
Oh,
game?
it's called Walking Dead.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's like it looks like a comic book, right?
Yeah, it looks
Oh,
like a comic book,
okay.
yeah.
I think that one's like choice based too, right?
Yeah, that one's devastating. I watch people play and watch their
Yeah.
playbacks and they're
Those ones are-
crying.
like those whole like all the games that developer made, like they were like crazy, like sad.
Yeah, it's interesting to. I mean, I feel like any interactive game that
Yeah.
you're.
You get really invested.
Yeah, if something happens to them, you're like,
Yeah.
oh my god.
I'm like, I just made them choose like the best decisions and they still died.
Yeah.
This makes no sense.
Quick side note. Look at him. He's like in my sweater. He got in my sweater and it's all cozy.
pretty cute.
He's
you
very
see him?
cute.
Yeah, I seen him. I'm busy doing a podcast
You probably
right
have
now.
the best advantage point.
He like went in my sweater and it's inside of it.
Yeah, I see it.
It's
cute.
boy.
It's pretty cute.
Cutie boy.
Sorry, you just
Sorry.
took your headset off. It reminds me, there's this trend where it's like guys with
With the
headphone
head-
hair.
yeah.
You got headphone hat.
Yeah, headphone hat.
Yeah.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh, I do. I see it. Did you want to answer or you want me to move on?
She said she likes it.
I think it's great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think multiplayer games can tell compelling stories, or is the storytelling best left to a single player? I don't know. Destiny is really good for storytelling.
Yeah, I
games.
think multiplayer
Baldur's
is fine.
Gate is
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate was good.
Yeah, I think it's good because I think it adds to the story because it's
And you're playing with
unexpected.
friends, too.
Yeah.
They get to make choices too, depending on the game.
Like
but they get to make choices.
Borderlands is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember in Baldur's Gate when Chase immediately killed Shadowheart?
Oh my God, Chase, man, we lost Shadowheart from the very beginning.
From the very
and I was like,
get-go.
do we gotta restart? And Brian was like, nope, this is
This is it. This is what we're
Yeah,
doing.
this is
He
life.
killed her?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He killed her. And
He's a
then
savage.
we got Lizelle killed. Choices.
Y'all
Yeah.
are savage.
Choices.
Well, we revived her and she left us. She started
Yeah,
fighting
she's
us.
like, fuck y'all.
Yeah.
I would hate you
Yeah.
too if I died.
Yeah, fucking Chase. Okay, technology and storytelling. How do you think the advances of like VR or AI will change the stories or how stories are told in games?
I don't know, but I want Ready Player One type of gaming. But I don't think that's happening
I do
in my
not.
lifestyle.
I do.
In my lifeline.
I would love that.
I do not.
In my lifetime. I don't think that's happening. But
It's gonna be like
Is
freaking
it too
Sword Art
much?
Online.
yeah.
It's gonna be like
Oh
Sword
my
Art
God,
Online.
you need to calm down. It's
I'm
not-
telling you, man.
You don't put a chip in your brain. You still are playing.
Sword Art Online wasn't a chip. It was a headset.
Yeah, true.
That's true.
I'm telling you
But-
guys, it's technology cannot go as far as to take control of your human brain. That's like your whole identity, right? That's you, your individuality. If they take that, if you give them access to that, the society's done for.
I mean, society.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I agree that society is done for it, but I feel like in Ready Player One style, it doesn't. take
guess
access
that
to it because
style,
you're like you have
add
the suit
to it. I guess
on.
you're right. You're right.
You like are like still controlling your movements. You have the
Yeah.
little thing and you're walking around. It doesn't have any like neurological link to your brain
This,
type of thing.
It also reminds me of the gamer, where it's
Oh,
like the
yeah.
inmates are controlled.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
crazy one.
That's a crazy
That'd
movie.
be crazy.
Where you
too.
give up your free will, or you have to give up your free will.
but you have to like win so many games, and you're a free person.
Or like when his wife had to do that, and she was being controlled by the big fat guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy one.
Yeah.
Okay, I got a bunch of rapid fire questions, about
I love it.
20 of them,
I love the rapid fires.
and those are gonna end our stuff.
Okay,
All right,
hit me.
both of you. Okay.
Okay,
Favorite narrative-driven game.
Bloodborne.
Until dawn.
Best villain with the most compelling backstory.
Seth Roth.
Loki, man.
Most shocking plot twist in a game.
Eris dying.
Just keep going.
I don't know. I don't know.
A game that made you cry.
None.
Yeah, I don't cry with video
Yeah.
games.
Character death that hit you the hardest.
When my sim died.
Little misfortune. That was pretty sad.
Oh, that was devastating. Game with the best voice acting.
God of War.
All Dark Anthology pictures because it's all the real
They're
voice
all
actors.
the real people. Which game would you want to live in? Like based on its story.
Harry Potter.
Yeah, Harry Potter's pretty solid, man. Stardew Valley though. I'd want to be a farmer.
Best
I can't give it up.
best written side quest in a game.
I don't know.
None.
I liked a lot of the Fallout ones because they're all usually pretty good.
I hate side quests. None.
Favorite dialogue choice system in a game.
Huh?
Where it gives you two choices.
Yeah.
Where it's like, you could be mean or nice or like,
Oh,
whatever, the two choices.
Until Dawn.
Yes. Yeah, like that.
Yeah.
I like those kind of choices.
A game with a confusing story you eventually loved.
Elden Ring.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like I kind of understand the games I play.
Yeah, I think Elden Ring because I didn't really understand. I was just killing shit.
Yeah.
I was like, why is there this big ass tree guy in the very beginning of the level? He's a boss, and you can't. Yeah.
We didn't understand it until we watched the lore videos.
Yeah.
Well, there's it's dense. It's a dense lore.
Look
Yeah.
at him.
Game
Can
you-
see him? Look at him.
Game you wish had a sequel because of its story.
Bloodborne.
It's not so much a sequel, but a rebirth anthem.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
They could make a good story with that if
Yeah.
they wanted to.
Yeah, they could.
Dude, where am I at? Okay. Most relatable game character.
My sim. I don't know.
Okay.
Emma, because she's just like, what is happening?
Yeah. Best game ending ever.
The first God of War. The newer God of War.
Okay. When Thor's at the door and you're
No.
like, what happened?
When you find out his name is Loki and everything was mapped out and the mama did all this stuff and marked all the trees and shit and she planned it all out.
Okay.
Just saying.
I'll say Halo 3. That was the best storyline for me.
Okay. A game you've replayed just for the story.
Halo 3.
Bloodborne.
A story heavy game that surprised you.
Until Dawn.
That surprised you?
I didn't think it was Wendigos.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And it was a really good game.
I don't know. I can't think of anything that surprised me.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, I guess I could say Elden Ring because it was really a lot.
I knew Elden Ring was going to be something crazy and far-fetched.
Most immersive story in an open world game.
The Witcher.
The Witcher, yeah, that's
Yeah,
a good
that's
one.
a good one.
Yeah. Or Detroit.
I'll never
Well,
played
that's
that
not really
one.
an open world game.
That's true. That's very linear and choice-based.
Yeah.
You're right.
I mean,
But it was super immersive.
Cyberpunk was really cool.
Is that open world?
It is open world.
Oh,
Um,
fascinating.
most immersive story. Oh, yeah, that's what I just said. Favorite game with the multiple story endings. Baldur's Gate.
Baldur's Gate. Yeah, that's a good
I
one.
mean, Elden Ring has a bunch too.
Yeah. Baldur's Gate is a really good one, though.
Yeah. Yeah, those ones.
Those ones, okay.
Those ones.
I can't think of anything.
A game story that completely caught you off guard.
Game story?
Yeah, I don't
it's
know
hard to
how.
catch me off
It's
guard
hard.
with a
Yeah.
game.
Yeah, especially if you buy it because you're buying it for you.
Yeah, like I'm
you
like,
already know.
I'm doing intense research when I'm buying a game. It's
Yeah.
not like I'm gonna be surprised.
Yeah, same. I don't just buy a game like, oh, this looks fun. No, I kind of
Yeah.
like look into it at first.
Best fantasy game.
Final Fantasy.
No,
15.
just a fantasy type of game.
Final Fantasies. Final Fantasies.
Valkyrie Profile. Or actually, Valkyrie Profile. Well, is that like fantasy? It's fantasy.
It's fantasy.
It's fantasy.
It's fantasy. The game with the most replayable story mode.
Story mode.
Yeah. I don't know if it's like a repeatable or if like, well, because Elden
don't-
Ring has repeatable game like over and over.
Right, but the mold New Game Pluses aren't that great.
I don't know about replayable. I would just replay it because it's really fun. But the Poppy Playtime games, those are pretty fun.
I never played them. I liked watching those.
Pretty fun.
I would just say Apex because I play it a lot, even though I hate it. I don't know.
Speaking, that was the last one. But have you ever seen the one where they're like you're a train, the killer train? It's like a spider train.
Choo Choo Charles.
Yeah,
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit's crazy too. That was a good one.
It's so creepy. It's literally like a spider, and then the things you're getting are like the eggs.
The eggs, yeah. It was
Ooh.
interesting.
Yeah. Whoever thought of that
Um,
was crazy.
Okay, overall, what do you think the future of storytelling is in gaming?
It's,
I think it'll get better.
choice-based games, I think, are going to be a big trend in the near future.
Like the back rooms. Well,
Backrooms are pretty cool. I
Yeah.
like all those games.
What do they call? What do they call where they're out and open and it's like quiet? What do they call that?
Liminal spaces.
Yeah, liminal spaces. Yeah.
Yeah, it's creepy, and I like the ones that have like the creatures in it because that's like scary.
Yeah.
But backrooms are like it's just liminal space. It's like you and nothing.
Except for
Yeah, it's
a
just
creature
like,
somewhere, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
it's
it's
suspected,
like-
but it's usually just liminal spacing. So it's just like rooms,
Yeah.
a vast expanse of area that you're alone in.
Yep.
That's the scariest thing.
Yep. All right. So,
Quick question.
yo,
Name your top 3 video games so far that you've played of all time.
of all time.
All times. That you've played so far.
Stardew Valley, Kingdom of Amalur, Halo 3.
She got it. Like, just right off the bat.
Those are the games that I'm like, I love those. I could play those games nonstop. If I only had those 3 games, I would be fine.
Yeah. You just shuffle through them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think The Witcher, Elden Ring.
Wow.
WoW's story is really weird. Like, it's really weird. Like, I quit playing. I didn't play like 4 expansions because their stories were fucking weird. Like, I'm not a fan of it. And
Jesus.
yeah, my third one would probably be game favorite story, right?
No, just favorite game in general.
I guess I got Final Fantasy. I mean, I do like WoW. If it's my favorite game, then I'll say WoW. Then yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Elden Ring. I thought you were talking about stories.
No, just
like open
top
world.
three video games your favorite 3 that you've played thus far.
Oh yeah, I guess Final Fantasy, WoW, and maybe Elden Ring. Elden Ring's really good.
Yeah.
I like that. Baldur's Gate was really good too. I don't
Baldur's
know.
Gate is really good too.
There's a lot of good games.
There's a lot
There's
of
a lot
good
of good games.
It's hard to decide,
Yeah.
especially
Yeah.
in 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um.
I didn't say mine. You don't want to know mine?
I would love to know yours. I know Bloodborne's
Bloodborne.
probably number 1.
Bloodborne, Graveyard Keeper,
Sims.
Sims.
Okay, with that, I'm gonna give us some choices. So this is, since we did the one that Geisha wanted to do, I'm gonna let you pick the next topic. Okay. Mm-hmm. We could do the 8-bit one to open worlds. How video games brings us closer. Speedrunning, nostalgia, rise of indie games. I'm assuming that's the one you want.
I would love to do Rise of Indie Games, but I'm willing to listen to the other topics.
Social side of gaming, and that's the one we just did. Esports, gaming on a budget, or how it influences pop culture. We could do that. We could do the indie one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that one or the esports thing is pretty good. Because
Yeah,
there's a lot
money.
you could go in. You could go so many routes into that topic.
And you could talk about bad things too, with
Yeah.
the whole Super Smash Bros. thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of
bad
There's a lot of
stuff in
bad
gaming.
things that happen, but there's a lot of like random things that happen too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like crazy things. Like I remember watching the Street Fighter fight, and it's nothing bad. It was just like, how did a human person block every punch? I don't know how to explain it. I'm sure if people know Street Fighter and they know what I'm talking about, they'll be like, oh, okay, that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
I like this. Esports is crazy.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
a wild time.
Yeah. So we'll do the indie stuff. Why small developers
And brush up on your guys'
taking
indie developers.
Yeah,
I know,
will have
I need to-
I don't know really many, so I will do that.
You're like, all I know is Chilla's art.
Yeah, Chill's art, and that's all. That's all we got for episode 20 in the books.
20 in the books.
In the
We're
books.
so happy you guys have listened this far.
Thus
Yes,
far, yes.
thus far.
Thus far, yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. As always, this has been Co-op Chronicles with Pint Size Geisha, Black Label, and me, Azalee.
Bye.
We gather round the mic, tales of nights and dice, gaming when worlds collide, hobbies come alive. Easily engaged to chat, Black Label's where it's at. Movies and stories told, secrets to unfold. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides. Co-op Chronicles, hear the stories, feel the vibes. Lo-fi beats, they flow as we share what we know. D&D and gaming talk, every journey we embark. Laughs and fun, now that's the plan in our little podcast clan. Women leading through the air, join us if you dare. Co-op Chronicles, come and join the ride in a world where fun resides. Co-op Chronicles, hear the stories, feel the vibes.